Uh, just trying to fix my computer. I started in 1990. It's been about 18 years now. I started when I saw a couple of skaters skate down the street in front of my grandma's house, and they looked so cool, and I thought that it looked like skateboarding looked like the best thing I'd ever seen. Up to that point, I was just riding bikes and stuff, the normal kid stuff, and I wanted to skateboard like those kids. It looked really awesome, and they looked so cool. So I begged my mom for, I think it was a year long before she finally bought me a skateboard. Because she was a nurse, so she was afraid that I was going to get hurt. She had seen kids come in to the hospital that had gotten hurt and stuff, so she was all worried, Yeah. Typical mother. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The early days were awesome, and you always try to find that again when you're skating. You always try to find that feeling. I got sponsored by a skate shop as my first sponsor. It's called G-Spot, and it's in Farrells Hills, Pennsylvania. I got sponsored by their first shop, which was in New Hope, Pennsylvania, called Adrenaline, and I got sponsored when I was 12 by the team manager. His name is Sonny Fleming. We went to a school and skated a 3-stair kinked rail and a 7-stair set behind the school, and then he put me on the team after that. He pretty funny is he's also the guy who built the mini ramp in my last home in my garage. So he's a ramp builder and craftsman. Yeah, I was down in Tampa, skating a contest, and I was riding for Enjoy at the time, and I guess maybe a month or so before then, I had talked to Jamie on a circuit trip about my position over at Enjoy, and just the fact that Enjoy is really cool, but they're kind of a friendship company, and all of the people that ride for it are friends, and they kind of have their own thing going. And I was just somebody who, instead of being a member of the team, I was sort of a guy who rode the products in a different place. I didn't really know anyone, and so I didn't really have Enjoy didn't have any future plans with me, and I really didn't have any future plans with them either. We didn't know what to do with me over there, so Jamie thought that the direction that I was going with how I was growing up, and the images that I liked more, and the ideas of graphics and clothing and stuff, I was headed toward something that would eventually develop into fitting on Zero, and he saw it really early, and so he asked me to ride for him, and I did. I really my favorite trick is going fast, but not unnerving fast enough that you're going pretty fast but you're really calm, and ollieing a gap that isn't necessarily that big, kind of tall, and you get to float for a while and you clear the gap by a lot. That's my favorite trick. Up to this point, it's the 4 block at Wallenberg, because I I battled it the hardest I had ever battled something in skating, and ended up like winning, like pulling through and getting it. 3 hours of jumping down something and like just keeping going until you make it. That's the one I'm most proud of. But as far as the best gap, not the best gap, that's actually a gap from my house, but the
upstairs.
my favorite gap is actually we call it the Jenkintown gap, and I had a zero ad doing a switchback side flip over it. That's actually my favorite gap. Hard to film. At this point in skateboarding, skating's gone a really long way, and every single pro is doing really good stuff, and at a certain point in your pro career, you start to have to battle. You not only try to make a good part, so you're not standing out, or people aren't saying, oh well, so and so did that at that spot, and if every single one of your tricks at every single spot isn't as good as that other guy's, everybody's just going to point it out. Every trick they're just going to point out. So you try to do the best thing. You try to do the best thing that you can possibly do at every place you go, personally, and so that it doesn't get belittled by what everybody else did. And then you also have to battle yourself in the parts that you've filmed before. And every single time you film a part, you think you can't film a better one, because it was so hard. And what are you going to do next? And I'm feeling that right now. I think it's great. I think the video is awesome. There's some new guys that aren't necessarily the newest in the hood, but there are some people that you might not have seen parts from, or this is like their, maybe not their first part, but definitely a breakthrough part. And Gilbert Crockett's part is incredible. James Hardy's part is incredible. Everybody did a really good job in the whole video, but I really like those two dudes, and I like what they've done.